Do my love bugs, it's me, your girl, Prst, the Georgia Peach, your host with the most. As always, we're gonna get in here with the jits, the Zion jits. I can't really pronounce it. This is fair use for educational purposes, criticism, teaching, property, which doesn't infringe upon the copyright holder. This is fair use. Oh shoot! Here we go. I got to go through this again. Give me a second while I try to get this together here. Oh, come on, don't go there. Okay, maybe I got it here. Okay.
In the theistic tradition, there is notion of clinging into a word. A certain act is regarded as displeasing to divine principles. A certain act is regarded as pleasing for the divine whatever. In the tradition of non-theism, however, it is very direct that the case history are not particularly important. What is actually important is here and now. Here and now. Now is definitely now. We try to experience what is available there on the spot. There's no point in thinking that the past did exist that we could have now. This is now. This very moment. Nothing mystical, just now, very simple, straightforward. And from that nowness, however, arises a sense of intelligence, always, that you are constantly interacting with the reality one by one, spot by spot, constantly. We actually experience fantastic precision, always. But we are threatened by the now, so we jump to the past or the future. Paying attention to the materials that exist in our life, all these choices takes place all the time, but none of them are regarded as bad or good per se. Everything we experience are unconditional experience. They don't come along with a label by saying this is regarded as bad, this is good. But we experience them, but we don't actually pay heed to them properly. We don't actually regard that as that we are going somewhere. We regard that as a hassle, waiting to be dead. Waiting to be dead. Waiting to be dead. Waiting to be dead. That's the problem. And that is not trusting the nowness properly, that what is actually experienced now possessed a lot of powerful things. It is so powerful that we can't face it. Therefore, we have to borrow from the past invite future all the time. And maybe that's why we seek religion. Maybe that's why we march in the street. Maybe that's why we complain to the society. Maybe that's why we vote for the presidents. It's quite ironical. Very funny indeed.
more you begin to investigate what we think we understand, where we came from, what we think we're doing, the more you begin to see we've been lied to. We've been lied to by every institution. What makes you think for 1 minute that the religious institution is the only one that's never been touched? The religious institutions of this world are at the bottom of the dirt. The religious institutions in this world are put there by the same people who gave you your government, your corrupt education, who set up your international banking cartels. We have been misled away from the true and divine presence in the universe that men have called God. I don't know what God is, but I know what he isn't. And unless and until you are prepared to look at the whole truth, wherever it may go, whoever it may lead to, the more you educate yourself, the more you understand where things come from, the more obvious things become, and you begin to see lies everywhere. You have to know the truth and seek the truth, and the truth will set you free.
Because I gotta tell you the truth, folks. I gotta tell you the truth. When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe of the all-time champion of false promises and exaggerated claims, religion. Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you. He loves you and he needs money. He always needs money. He's all powerful, all perfect, all knowing, and all wise. Somehow just can't handle money. Religion takes in billions of dollars. They pay no taxes. Always need a little more. Now, you good bullshit story. Holy shit.
This is the sun. As far back as 10,000 BC, history is abundant with carvings and writings reflecting people's respect and adoration for this object. And it is simple to understand why, as every morning the sun would rise, bringing vision, warmth, and security, saving man from the cold, blind, predator-filled darkness of night. Without it, the cultures understood the crops would not grow and life on the planet would not survive. These realities made the sun the most adored object of all time. Likewise, they were also very aware of the stars. The tracking of the stars allowed them to recognize and anticipate events which occurred over long periods of time, such as eclipses and full moons. They in turn cataloged celestial groups into what we know today as constellations. This is the cross of the zodiac, one of the oldest conceptual images in human history. It reflects the sun as it figuratively passes through the 12 major constellations over the course of a year. It also reflects the 12 months of the year, the 4 seasons, and the solstices and equinoxes. The term zodiac relates to the fact that constellations were anthropomorphized, or personified, as figures or animals. In other words, the early civilizations did not just follow the sun and stars, they personified them with elaborate myths involving their movements and relationships. The sun, with its life-giving and saving qualities, was personified as a representative of the unseen creator or God, God's Son, the light of the world, the savior of humankind. Likewise, the 12 constellations represented places of travel for God's Son, and were identified by names, usually representing elements of nature that happened during that period of time. For example, Aquarius, the water bearer, who brings the spring rains. This is Horus. He is the sun god of Egypt of around 3000 BC. He is the sun anthropomorphized, and his life is a series of allegorical myths involving the sun's movement in the sky. From the ancient hieroglyphics in Egypt, we know much about this solar messiah. For instance, Horus, being the sun or the light, had an enemy known as Set, and Set was the personification of the darkness or night. And, metaphorically speaking, every morning Horus would win the battle against Set, while in the evening Set would conquer Horus and send him into the underworld. It is important to note that dark versus light, or good versus evil, is one of the most ubiquitous mythological dualities ever known, and is still expressed on many levels to this day. Broadly speaking, the story of Horus is as follows. Horus was born on December 25th in Isis Mare. His birth was accompanied by a star in the east, and upon his birth he was adored by 3 kings. At the age of 12, he was a prodigal child teacher, and at the age of 30, he was baptized by a figure known as Anup, and thus began his ministry. Horus had 12 disciples he traveled about with, performing miracles such as healing the sick and walking on water. Horus was known by many gestural names such as the Truth, the Light, God's Anointed Son, the Good Shepherd, the Lamb of God, and many others. After being betrayed by Typhon, Horus was crucified, buried for 3 days, and thus resurrected. These attributes of Horus, whether original or not, seem to permeate many cultures of the world, for many other gods are found to have the same general mythological structure. Attis of Phrygia, born of the Virgin Nana on December 25th, crucified, placed in a tomb, and after 3 days was resurrected. Krishna of India, born of the Virgin Devaki, with a star in the east signaling his coming. He performed miracles with his disciples, and upon his death was resurrected. Dionysus of Greece, born of a virgin on December 25th, was a traveling teacher who performed miracles such as turning water into wine. He was referred to as the King of Kings, God's only begotten Son, the Alpha and Omega, and many others. And, upon his death, he was resurrected. Mithra of Persia, born of a virgin on December 25th, he had 12 disciples and performed miracles, and upon his death was buried for 3 days and thus resurrected. He was also referred to as the Truth, the Light, and many others. Interestingly, the sacred day of worship of Mithra was Sunday. The fact of the matter is, there are numerous saviors from different periods from all over the world which subscribe to these general characteristics. The question remains, why these attributes? Why the virgin birth on December 25th? Why dead for 3 days in the inevitable resurrection? Why 12 disciples or followers? To find out, let's examine the most recent of the solar messiahs. Jesus Christ was born of the Virgin Mary on December 25th in Bethlehem. His birth was announced by a star in the east, which 3 kings or magi followed to locate and adorn the new Savior. He was a child teacher at 12, and at the age of 30 he was baptized by John the Baptist, and thus began his ministry. Jesus had 12 disciples, which he traveled about with, performing miracles such as healing the sick, walking on water, raising the dead. He was also known as the King of Kings, the Son of God, the Light of the World, the Alpha and Omega, the Lamb of God, and many, many others. After being betrayed by his disciple Judas and sold for 30 pieces of silver, he was crucified, placed in a tomb, and after 3 days was resurrected and ascended into heaven. First of all, the birth sequence is completely astrological. The star in the east is Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, which, on December 24th, aligns with the 3 brightest stars in Orion.
Time travel is a concept that has captivated the human imagination for centuries. Whether it's the thought of using time travel to journey into the past to witness a historic event, or the notion of traveling forward to get a glimpse of a possible future experience, the idea of manipulating the timeline of our existence is one that appeals to many. So how might time travel be connected to the idea of manifestation and the concept that we can mold our reality to one of our choosing through this medium? In this video, I will explore this concept with you, explain how time works relative to our minds, and tell you what is required to tap into your subconscious mind power to manifest more of what you want through time travel. Here are a couple of questions to ponder. What if time travel is not just a work of fiction? And what if it were possible to travel the timeline of our existence and use the power of our consciousness to manifest the outcomes that we choose to experience? As I stated in my most recent quantum jumping video, and if you haven't seen that, I'll leave a link in the description of this video to that one, this is a very real possibility. Here's what I stated there. Because there is only one source of energy that occupies all things, that source is able to experience anything and everything from every possible angle simultaneously. There are infinite states of this energy experiencing all scenes from all points in space and time. All possibilities are already created. When we experience something new, we are simply changing our awareness and tuning into that possibility. What this means is this: the possibilities of the universe far exceed any present moment perceived limitations. What we consider to be our future plays a great role for us because it gives us the opportunity to determine which of the infinite possibilities we would like to quantum jump to as our experience. We have the amazing ability to imagine ourselves selecting a life we dream of from a limitless range of possible realities, and with enough focus, leap into the possibility of our choosing and manifest that as our experience. Much of the way we manifest a shift such as this has to do with time travel, and specifically how we view time itself. The idea of time travel for manifestation tends to challenge our conventional understanding of time. We are generally taught that events unfold in a linear sequence, with each moment building upon the last to create a single unbroken timeline. From this perspective, the idea of traveling back in time to create a change in the past or forward.
Hello. Thank you for tuning in to Perfectly Imperfect Tarot. This is Green Eyes here to give you today's energy reading. Absolutely. Cocktails, mocktails, coffee, tea. We're serving it all today, okay? This is for the collective. All energies welcome that are high vibrational. I'm just saying. Guys, this is a judgment-free zone, but you will hear the truth. No gender or age is here, only energy. You're going to hear me use terms he, she, her, him, they, them, it, heifer. Pay it no mind, okay? Feel the energy. Remember, roles can always be reversed. Everyone, I thank you. Like, share, subscribes, emails, comments, love tokens, donations. Thank you so very much for your support of the channel. It is truly, truly appreciated. Thank you. And I want to remind you that personal appointment requests are email only, okay? Email only. All right, let's talk. Today's energy. There's a lot of hard conversations in today's energy. Lots of wisdom. It's very like hermit energy, Virgo energy. Emperor energy is here, Aries, Taurian. Lots of wisdom, knowledge, authority. I think that a lot of people are running into uncomfortable situations or even happenstance, and they're kind of either giving or receiving some different perspective. I don't want to say a hard truth because every conversation is not really conflict, but a different perspective. Everything, just about every element is in this. Yeah, just about every element. I'm not going to lie. Heavy emphasis, like I said, Virgo, Aries, Libra, Taurus, Pisces. There's some Gemini. Aquarius don't give a shit. I ain't going to lie. They don't give a shit. God darn. Aquarius, I got to do y'all today too. Shoot. Yeah, you don't give a shit. Okay, let's get into the reading, see what comes up. Were you pulling from the oracle of the 7 energies today for the collective? Can I have today's energy for the collective, please? Today's energy for the collective. Today's energy. Thank you. Yeah, I have smoke and mirrors, and it's coming out like this. I want to leave it like this. I'm going to tell you why in a second. Hold on. And we have an oracle's gift. That's the message. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about smoke and mirrors. Let's talk about mirage or facade or illusions. And how can I say this? Distorted self-reflection. You know, the conversations I think a lot of people are having right now is a different opinion about either you or someone, you know. Take it how it resonates, you know. Smoke, the mirror itself is giving you a reflection of you, but the smoke and mirrors energy means that it's a distorted image. Okay, so maybe how you can say, you know, that person is, you know, really has a messed up life, and you're talking to somebody about such and such, you know, that person has a messed up life. I feel bad for them, you know, because, you know, like, I don't know, maybe they don't have children. Okay, let's say they don't have children. I feel bad for them. You know, they're missing out on parenting, you know, and the joy of parenting. And somebody that's giving you a different perspective saying, you know, well, you complain about your kids every day. You complain about your family every day. You complain about, it's a different perspective. It's a hard truth. And that's how this is coming off here, this energy. So it's kind of like, you know, if you're having a conversation with somebody or about yourself, it's somebody is giving you a different perspective, or you're doing this. And the point is that this conversation is planting a seed, and it's giving a reveal. Okay. The reveal is most important because your perspective needs to shift for you to receive a new message coming in that you wouldn't have understood had you not seen the different perspective. So if somebody is saying, if you're complaining like, yeah, you know, this job sucks and blah, 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 but you know that, I don't know, you never on time, or you're never prepared, or whatever the case is. You needed this hard truth because you have another message, a gift coming in to help you understand, or it's a gift. It's information. All right. That's the matrix comes in after that to pull all of this together. Remember, in this journey called life, you know, this experience that we're wearing in these flesh suits that we wear, you know, it's all about growth and learning and edification, not just, you know, physically, but also in spirit and understanding, you know, mentally. And the matrix, when things are revealed, okay, the smoke and mirrors revealed, it clears up. When the fog clears, it's lifted. You're getting a gift like a secret. Somebody has given you a gift of knowledge, okay, with this oracle's gift or a prediction even, and you need to know it. And it's going to make sense. So somebody might say, you're looking at that person with no kids and you're, feeling bad for them, but you complain about your life. And it makes you say, you know what, you're right, because I do feel bad for her. I can't feel bad for her and then complain about my life at the same time. So you'll start embracing the things that you complain about and be grateful for them. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, your kids drive you crazy, but you love them and they make you feel good, or whatever the case is. So that gift will pull in a matrix for you, will pull in an understanding for you, and you'll learn to look at other people like it is what it is. That's their story, that's their journey, that's what they have to do, because you'll be starting to embrace it in the love and life that you're living. You understand? Now, the thing about this tall tale, people, when you covet, okay, meaning looking at something that somebody has and you want it for yourself, it plants seeds of like jealousy and envy and things like that. When you covet, you have to understand that everybody's blessings, everybody's lessons, and things like that are part of their journey. Okay. Now, lying to yourself or lying to another, or somebody lying about you because they admire maybe how you live your life or what you have and things like that, is going to, it's like they're, how can I say this? It's like they have to lie to themselves, even though you're the one with favor, but they're the ones, they're trying to like grasp for any kind of happiness because it seems like it comes naturally to you. You understand what I'm saying? So if you have somebody that's like telling stories or stretching the truth or spreading gossip and rumors and things like that, that are false, or, it's just know that you're still the example. You're going to be used. That's a muse. It's the example. It's a blueprint, of what happiness should look like. And know that person is operating out of pain. Okay. So as a higher vibration, as a person that's coming to understanding, as a person that's trying to walk in the divine favor and stay in divine favor and under divine guidance, some people, you have to embrace them. I'm not going to lie, because they're trying to figure this thing out like we all are. So the conversations, remember, was originally what I was talking about. Make sure that you're addressing them with love. Okay. Because truth is hard to swallow. I'm telling you, it just is. So hard truths are hard to swallow. Have your conversations with love. Okay. And then you'll be blessed with love. All right. All right. Let's get to the spread. See what's going on. So we can get some details here. Yeah. I want to use Nefertari. No. Okay. Hold on. I don't want to use Nefertari. I thought I wanted to use Nefertari. Okay, we're doing Vision Quest today. Damn. All right. Sorry, guys. That came in a little bold, a little forceful today. All right, I don't want no smoke. I'm trying to be obedient just like everybody else. Literally in the last few minutes of me talking, I can feel your energy shift into love. And just, God bless you all. Seriously, it's almost as if you really kind of thought about how now you want to redirect this conversation, because maybe you're planning to have one, or you already had one and now you're receiving their information differently. Just from what we just talked about, the whole energy is shifting right now in this collective as I'm doing the reading. God bless you. Center. Okay. Oh, yay. See, it'll all work out. 10 of Earth here. This is abundance, and abundance doesn't always come in money. It's not always about the money and the bag and the lottery and, things like that. It's abundance is the fulfillment of life. You know, the love, passion, and fun, and joy, and peace, and family, and friends. You know, this thing called life, it has so many experiences that sometimes we get caught up in the negative and the depression and the anxiety and the hustle and the bustle, and you know, that the fulfillment of it, like it's a conglomerate of so many things. You know what I'm saying? So many things. Father of Earth at the bottom. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, see, a lot of you are really kind of, I don't know if you realize it or not, but you're looked at as somebody who is stable. You know, whether or not you feel like your life is falling apart, other people may see you as stable, and they want that calm that you have, the stability that you have. They admire the fact that you always come prepared, you know, that you always seem to be grounded, that you're always thinking about others and planning for the future, things like that. So the energy right now, I'm telling you, I'm loving this 10th Earth in the middle here. I love it, love it, love it. Crown this energy, please, for the collective. And we have a Sun of Water. This is the masculine of a Page of Cups for a traditional tarot. And basically what's crowning you is an offer of love, just a small little cup. So it might just be an offer of kindness to a stranger, or an offer of love by way of truth with a conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's from a good place. It's something that's heartfelt. Okay, so I think it's coming to you, or you're going to give it. And here's the Daughter of Air. That's the conversation. This is the feminine of the Page of Swords. It's a communication. That's what that is. Swords are communication, and that's what we're talking about. Man, I love my squad. I love my squad. I'm telling you. Whew. Deliver it in the feminine. Deliver it in the feminine. You know what I'm saying? Try to deliver it with love and softly, but honest. But honest. All right. What's working against the color? Okay. The Daughter of Water. Now, let me tell you how funky and funny this is. We have the sun here hanging over your head to offer this love. So how can the Daughter of Water be working against you? I'm going to tell you why, because we're friggin' human. There's ego and jealousy and envy and spite and covetousness and things like that. That's why. That's why. We that's how that daughter works. You know, that's the difference between the two. The sun gives, the masculine gives. They're simple. They just give it. You hear? It's all yours. It's from my heart. This is what I have. You got it. Now the daughter, you see, his cup is from his chest near his heart. You see where her cup is. You understand? It's a different hormone. It's you know. Look, I'm telling you. If you know, you know. If you hear me, you hear me. You know. Past energy, please, for the collective. What brought this on? Please and thank you. What brought this on for the collective? Where's it coming from? I have a 9 of Wands. 9 of Fire for this deck, and I have 2 9s, a 9 of Water. Yeah. So what this is coming from is a couple of things. For people that are giving these conversations, just people that have them, period. Let's just do it collectively. Let's stay on that track. The 9 of Water speaks of joy and peace and comfort. It's 1 away from 10 being complete bliss, if we had to put happiness on a scale, okay, for emotional fulfillment. 9 is pretty close, you know. It's a place where it's like everything goes great in your life, but maybe you don't have a partner. Or like I said, maybe you don't have kids and you like everything is great, but I want children, whatever the case is, okay? Now with the 9 of Fire, it's kind of like, once you reach this 9 of Water, it's like everything is great, but you protect it. And that's what that 9 of Fire does. It protects what you've built, what you hold dear, what you don't want to be tainted, you know? It's an energy of strength because it's a place where, you know, life has kind of dragged you a little bit, but you know you're not giving up. You know you still have fight in you and things like that. So this love and work and protection and boundaries is what a lot of you have been in as far as the energy is concerned. And it's why you're being rewarded now with this 10 of earth of abundance. Okay. And one way to share this abundance that you have in your life is to offer somebody a piece of love. And it just might be kindness, a smile, letting somebody go, in driving and little things like that. You have no idea how it sometimes reminds people that God is still God, just by somebody being kind and say, okay, you can go, little thing. It's happened to me. I'm not going to lie. I've been on the receiving end where somebody let me go first. And I was surprised because I'm just so used to everybody being aggressive on the road. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that. That's what the sun does. You know what I'm saying? Now, the daughter working against you, she might say, you can go, but when it's your turn. You know what I'm saying? When it's your turn. If it's not your turn, don't go. There's a little bit of emotion wrapped up in there, Where are we going with this, please, for the collective? Oh, and I told you, see, your gift is going to be love. See, whatever you're giving, you're getting back 50, 100,000 times fold because you're getting divine waters. You're giving waters from your heart. And look, God blesses you with a bigger cup, and that was the same thing that the oracles gave us, where it went into that great and full cup. It was the same process. That's where it led to. Where was it? Oh, so nice. Yeah, see, you give love, you get rewarded. There's the cup. Same thing, Ace of Waters. So, believe me, love is just as contagious, if not more, than nastiness or, cruelty and things like that. The common cold. Hello? Oh, look at the grandmother at the bottom of the deck. Lovely, lovely. Empress energy sitting here. Okay. The embodiment of all four queens. Abundant, intuitive, Libra, Taurian energy, by the way. It's just very an energy of, really starting to kind of receive and be treated as you should. As you should. See, when you're a blessing and you're operating as a blessing, as a soldier in the army of the Most High, you're recognized as a soldier in the army of the Most High. But that means that now you're watched kind of under scrutiny, So it's kind of like, oh, well, how can they be love God and dress like that? And how can they eat like that? And how can they drive that car? And yeah, see, you're under scrutiny. So, because they're on their own journey, you can't let that affect you, what they say. And you can't receive what they're saying and allow it to plant a seed of like hate in your heart, because they're just trying to figure this thing out. Where you are in your journey, you understand that each individual relationship with the Most High is personal. Is personal. Okay. So we have some love coming in. We have Empress energy here. So we're definitely getting recognized, getting some abundance. Here comes chaos, but that's okay. Chaos for this deck, of course, is Tower energy, Scorpion energy. All right. So yes, there will be some shakeups. There's going to be a big surprise because chaos happens like bam, chaos is a lightning strike, but understand it's because a tower was built or something was built and it was built on a faulty foundation, or it's blocking your path and you're meant to go further. And that means God is going to not let you get stuck like that. So he's going to tear all that down and you're going to keep forward. So these conversations are shifting people's direction and it's forcing them to move forward. So that's why I say have these conversations with love. Ultimately, what we're all trying to do is get to a place that's stable. Remember earlier, the king of earth was the bottom of the deck. Now we have the mother here. And it's a place of nurturing. It's a place of grounding. It's a place of preparing. It's a place of lining things up for that next generation or getting that business started so that it can prosper and grow and things up. And there's Daddy. Here he goes again. I didn't even know he was sitting there. Nice. Oh, I love these two together. Let me tell you, this is a beautiful couple here. Beautiful. I love it because the mother and the father of earth are really all about family and foundation and planning and abundance. They're talking about 401ks at the breakfast table, and college tuitions, and how we're going to move this business into the next state. And they incorporate everything into their love, the business into their love, and that's their love language. So it complements them. So that's kind of what the connections you're moving into. For some of you, it is a couple. Others of you, it's kind of like a mentor. That's how this relationship feels for the collective, to be honest. Some kind of mentorship. All right. So even though in your head, sometimes it's like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I don't know where to go or whatever. See, somebody is going to give you a conversation that's going to shift your perspective so that you can see a situation that no way out and realize that actually you have about 3 options. Okay. And that's what hangman energy does. It makes you kind of stop moving for a second. That's why it's stuck energy. People don't like it, but it's really important. Sometimes it's really important to stop, look around, and figure out what you're doing. I do it all the time. You do it in your house. You wind up walking around the house. You keep going in the same room back and forth. You're all over the place. You stop, breathe, look around, regather, restructure. That's what hangman energy does. Okay. The thing about it is when you're saying, I'm stopping, I'm looking, but I can't see behind this moon. It's like, I feel like I'm doing this, but I can't see how it's going to turn out. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's coming, but that's what the moon does. Listen, stay in expectations of great things with this 3 of Wands. Just know that as you're doing this work, God is still being God. All you got to do is worry about you, because God is being God. All right. So expect great things. That's what makes your ships come in. Hold on to the fact that you're abundant, that you're secure, that you're going to be okay, that you're not sitting around like a lump on a log. You're actually proactive in this thing called life. Okay. So no matter what you don't know or who talks about you or what they say about you, you stand strong. You do what you can when you can, a little bit at a time. You enjoy life when you can, a little bit at a time. And as that happens, old things stay old, and then new things can come in. Things will start changing. Cycles are ending. New things are starting to happen with this world energy here. Big medicine wheel for this deck. Okay. Travels starting to happen, vacations. Okay. All of these things are starting to happen. Why? Because you learn that walking away from people, places, and things, even though sometimes it hurts, it always leads you to a better place, a new beginning. And that new beginning is a mother-loving boomstick, unga bunga, baby. Come on if you coming. Yes. Now, if you're new to my channel, the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Wands, that's a boom stick. It's a boomstick. You got to know how to work it. You got to unga bunga this thing called life. Take that stick and say, wah, I got you. Creative, productive, passionate. You know what I'm saying? It's fertile.
Welcome, Tiffany.
It bursts life-changing events. If you wanted the example of Phoenix energy, that would be that boomstick. It just burst out of nowhere. I'm telling you, that right into the star. Come on, collective. This is what I'm talking about. This is how we doing it, baby. Aquarian energy. Aquarians don't give a shit about nothing right now. God darn. I got to do y'all next. Woo. They give no F's right now. They so good. They Aquarius, power to the people, shaka mother loving kind. I ain't mad at you. I can't wait to do your reading. Your energies, you just don't give a F. You're living your best life right now. But that's how the star energy works. You just literally, you just know you're good. It's a confidence it's a confidence and a balance that is so peaceful and calm and loving. It's a limelight energy. How could you have a bad day under this divine light right here? You can't. When you know God is, that's like you getting ready to fight 50 people and God is standing right there next to you. Come on. You got something to say? I dare you to hit me right now. I double dare you. What? Always I'm going to draw the line. You draw the lines. You better not step over that line. You got some. What? See, yeah, that's star energy. And that's happiness. That's fulfillment. Here's that 10 of water. That's what I was talking about earlier. Because the 9 you've already experienced, but this 10 that's coming in this time, man, this bliss, this blessing, these waters, this happiness, this fulfillment that's coming in with this 10 of waters is going to know no bounds. It's going to know no bounds for you. All right. And those who are single, you're going to be happy, independent, abundant. 9 of earth right here, pre-empress energy. Okay. And those who are even married, you're also going to feel the independence and joy of yourself, because you're a whole person by yourself. Okay, I'm just saying, you're a whole person by yourself. You're a partnership on this thing called earth, but when you stand before the Most High for judgment, you're going to be standing right there by your mother loving self. Okay, I'm just saying, we come out by ourselves, we going back by ourselves. Hello. So independence and abundance and self-reflection and self-confidence and self-love are so important. Okay, so enjoy these new beginnings with the daughter of fire. Go ahead and put that work in with the 8 of earth. Know that God has you. So stay in alignment with your angels, your ancestors, and things like that. Stay on your purpose, stay on the path, and know that you're being watched and you're being covered and you're being protected. You know what I'm saying? Just stay in alignment. All right, with that spirit guide energy. Okay. Whenever you're looking at something and you say, look, this crop is no good. I can't eat this. I'm putting in so much work. I don't know what to do. Make a decision. You're going to leave it alone, or you're going to keep working on a crop that hasn't fed you because you're hungry. You understand what I'm saying? You're hungry. Now, is it possible that this crop will sprout back and the next season will be wonderful? Absolutely, it's possible, because God is still God. But you have to kind of look at how much time you've put in. Have you been, is it not producing because you haven't put in the work, or because God is trying to get you to move? That's what you have to decide on. And that's something is anybody that's a decent person doesn't want to take from you, because God gave it to us first. That was one of his first gifts, free will. So the choice is yours. Okay. But when that choice comes, sometimes you feel fear. You feel like you're tricked. Like, why would God let me work on that for 10 years if he knew it wasn't going to work? Then you have to honestly think about your part, because it hurts. You have to say, well, I knew that person was drinking a little too much, or I knew they were on drugs, or I knew they were dishonest with the other people, but I never thought they would do it to me. Yeah. She left her husband, with the kids. But our love was real. So it was, but she has to own up to, you have to know, you have to own and be accountable for what God let you know before you signed on the dotted line. You understand what I'm saying? Own your part. When you do that, have confidence that, you're a better person today. You're making better decisions today. You're seeing things different today, that you can own a crowd today, that nothing can stop you today. Own that with that Queen of Wands. All right. And then start using that passion and that focus to make things happen in your life. Start turning that wheel of fortune. Okay. Start turning that wheel. Start pulling up because see, once you start doing that, start doing things right, it's like everything falls apart. Well, you're going to get some karma for some past mistakes. It's going to happen. But that's because balance has to reset. And you're now in an energy to reset the balance. So when it's like, as soon as you start doing good, bad things happen. But you was a bad, hello? Hello? Yeah, I'm just saying. Time management is important. Knowing when to say yes and no is important. Knowing when to pick it up, when to put it down is important. That's 2 of earth energy. It's a juggling energy. All right. You can do this. You can do this. This is going to bring you balance. This is going to be your breakthrough. This will be a time and a season of manna where God is providing what you need when you need it. What you need when you need it. Not what you want when you want it. What you need when you need it.
Facts.
And right now, the focus is all about love. Unconditional love. It's almost as if we're being blessed with special love to remind us that you're not alone. You're not in this thing by yourself. Check the comment section. You know what I'm saying, of these videos. These people are states and miles away from you saying the same thing. You're not alone. Okay? So all of your negative thinking and your past experiences and the overthinking and the betrayals that happened to you, and some of them that you did, you're going to have to go within and have some inner peace with those things if we're going to have some balance in this life. Okay? Receive the insight that you're getting right now. Release those insecurities. And then take control. That's the emperor. Oh, man, I love my crew. Guys, we got this. You hear me? We got this. You and me. We got this. Do the damn thing. Do the damn thing. All right. Hopefully.
All right, my loves. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Got the message. I just love her energy. As always, my loves, go within so you never go without. Okay? Baby girl, I know you still in here in the clouds somewhere. Think I'm going to go on and call it a night. I hope you have a good night, everyone. I always keep an attitude of gratitude, okay, my loves? Always be thankful for what you have as well as what you don't have, because it always going to come to you as long as you stay positive. I'll see you tomorrow, baby girl. Love you. Love all of you all. Please like, share, and subscribe. All right, my babies?